it's Bob and Jen. We are back. And we're spilling the tea. We're spilling the tea on Too Hot to Handle.
Yes.
Too Hot to Handle on Netflix.
Yes.
Friends, if you didn't watch Netflix while during the corona, take a drink.
Oh!
No, I meant, because I said corona, sorry.
Gotcha.
I said corona, so we have to take a drink, sorry. If you didn't watch it during, I don't know what's wrong with you, okay? Like, are you a human being? Like, how are you living your life?
Working out. Probably working out.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Cooking some healthy meals, maybe. I don't know. All right. I was trying to cook.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know that they're always so healthy, though.
No.
Sadly.
Cooking.
Anyway, cooking. One time I did a salad, though.
Oh, nice. Congrats. Yes.
It was good, actually. Okay. Anyway, so Too Hot to Handle is on Netflix. It's another one of the dating shows, love relationships. So we're just going to talk about that for a few minutes, and we loved it.
Yeah. Good. I wouldn't say quality. I don't know that I'd call it quality TV. It was TV.
It kept your interest for a while.
It did. Very interesting. So it begins with a group of individuals, very, very beautiful people.
Yes.
They take
Physically
very
attractive.
good care of themselves.
Yes, they do.
And so they all come to this island. Like they make it very dramatic, like one at a time. They're coming in, two at a time, I think maybe in some cases. But they're all wearing their bikinis and they look fabulous. And they're drinking, and they're all thinking. All of these people are like partiers and no stranger to just hooking up and things like that. That's the name of the game for them. And so that's what they think is going.
They're literally talking about who they're going to hook up with.
Yeah.
That's like the whole first hour.
Yeah. And the selection is abundant.
It is abundant.
Like
it probably wouldn't have mattered. They could have just thrown a dart and they'd have been fine. But so they were going to hook up with somebody. So then when we hear all that, and then they go through this, I don't know if it was I don't know what it was, but where somebody would get blindfolded and then somebody else would start making out with them.
In the evenings it seemed like they kind of got dressed up, and they would sort of have get-togethers, even though they were all there together. But during the day they would kind of spread out, and then in the evening they seemed to kind of come together, either go on a date with someone, or
that's true.
Anyway, so they were all dressed up and
they were
drinking
and in tiny little dresses.
Yes.
Tiny little dresses.
Yes.
And their bikinis were tiny too. We were talking. Yeah.
I originally thought that some of them might just be misplaced on their body, and in not the right places. And then I realized day in and day out they were in fact in the right place. And so
there's just like a triangle covering what was supposed to be covered, and that's great. But other than that, everything was showing, and so it was just it just took a minute to figure that out. And believe me, these women did not have 1 ounce of fat on their bodies, so they looked great. It was just kind of okay. I'm glad that wasn't when I actually even could have worn something like that. I'm kind of glad that wasn't a thing.
Yeah, I still probably would have felt uncomfortable. But I think they clearly had no problem with
it.
That. So then they very quickly find out that they are not going to be doing any of the things that they anticipated they would be doing, and those are the rules. And the rules are governed by Lana, who is a cone-shaped Alexa.
It's Alexa basically, but her name's Lana. Yes, and there was the cone was in everywhere they were, right? So there was one in the bed. Then the bedroom was all of them, right? In one bedroom.
They were all in the same room.
And there were double beds, right? And beds for 2 people, which these people were tiny, so I'm sure they were just like a full or maybe a queen. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you had to sleep with someone. Because I don't think there were enough beds for everybody. So I think there were 16. Because I'm thinking there's 4, 6, 8. 4 beds on either side, maybe 20. I don't know, maybe 5 beds on each side of these double beds. Anyway, so it started off, I think, where the women were basically sleeping with each, it's just sleeping together, and the guys would sleep in another bed on the other. But then slowly, pairs started materializing.
They pretty quickly quickly, kind of started to pair off, a few of them.
Yeah.
Yes. Sharon and Rhonda.
Yes.
And then Harry and Francesca seemed to really hit it off.
Right.
Pretty well. And then everybody else was just kind of chill. Just,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Figuring each other out. And...
So the whole point is, like Jen was saying, you couldn't. So the rules are that you can't touch anyone for a protracted period of time. Is that what you said?
Yeah, like a prolonged.
Prolonged. There you go. Prolonged period of time. And so like you could hug, but maybe not like really get into the hug.
Yeah, not for very long.
Not for very long. And you couldn't kiss. You couldn't anything. Anything sexual at all. You couldn't do.
Lots of flirting. I mean, you can flirt, but you...
So, and once they announced that, like, all these comments, especially from the men, started coming out about how, oh my gosh, they've never gone longer than a day. And I'm like, what? And you couldn't self-pleasure either.
No, you could not. that raised some eyebrows.
They were like, what? They were like, they couldn't believe it.
I think they were panicked for a bit, and then...
And they were there for like a little over 3 weeks. So 24, 25 days, it said. So
the idea was that they would work on themselves.
Yes.
That was the whole idea. They were clearly,
person.
Not looking inwardly at themselves and really like working on loving themselves. So they had these workshops during the day. They would bring in gurus and people that were familiar with different healing ways or therapy type sessions, and they would and I do think that they got a lot from that.
I do. You kind of like, at first it's not that you didn't like them, because they're just kind of goofy. You could just take them at face value. They're just kind of goofy kids who wanted to party, right. They're young people, but you really started to like them. And they showed their inner beauty, and they really did have it, which I feel like a lot of them did not think they did have at the beginning. No. So, all these exercises where kind of their feelings would come out, and maybe they would know why they couldn't get into a long-term relationship or something. Yeah, they just preferred to move from one person to another. But the good stuff, okay, so then the problem came, so they started off with $100,000, and then if they would do any of those things, like, money would be taken away. Mm-hmm. So, you could go down to zero, I guess, technically. Ultimately, yeah. So the first night, go ahead.
Yeah, so Francesca and Harry, they couldn't really keep it together for most of the show, but they kissed. They didn't immediately, like, when these rule breaks happen, they don't immediately inform everybody. It might be like the next day or something. They gathered them all in like this central location where Lana it was kind of like the general meeting area.
Yes.
And she would tell them, that there was a rule break, and the beginning she didn't say who it was. Right. But
well, okay, and so you're right, she didn't, and so then that caused Harry to kind of throw Francesca under the bus, right? Because people were kind of irritated, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, it wasn't me, it was yeah. And then she's like, what? Like, and I would have just I'd have been done with him right that minute,
right?
Because it wasn't her, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it was. Like, it was. I'm sure it was completely mutual. First off. And but I don't think one of them was pushing it any more than the other. And then for him to just go like, I tried not to, but she just come on, Harry, come on, dude. So
So then that kind of hit the Brit, That kind of they went separate ways
for a while.
Yeah.
They did.
So then Francesca moved on to Kells,
and they were fined $3,000 for a kiss.
Yeah.
So now it's down to like $97,000. Yes, and then she moved on to Kells.
Yeah, and I feel like at the beginning when the money was going away, they were kind of ticked. I mean, like, the group was kind of mad. But then as they went on and they got closer as a group together, I feel like they got as mad. Like, they were kind of cheering for in a way,
You're exactly right. Well, because they would, just say then, whoever... Sharon and Rhonda, right? Rhonda. Yeah. Okay, so they would, maybe they would, I think they did once, didn't they? They kissed once. Sharon, or was it David? David and Rhonda had a slight thing. I can't remember.
Yeah, I thought Sharon and Rhonda really kept it together.
Did they? Okay.
I thought.
Well, other couples did, but honestly, most of the money
sorry, go ahead. When they went to the fantasy suite thing. didn't they? Yeah,
but it was just like a kid.
I think some things went down to some. They bleeped out some things. I don't know what they were talking about. There was a lot of bleeps.
There was a lot of it. But so you're right. Instead of like just waiting for it to be announced like by Lana, they would come and they go, Harry and I, we're just like so in tune with each other, so we went ahead and kissed. And then people go, I'm so glad you did. You have to do that because your relationship's really deep. No, you don't. You've got 3 weeks on that dating island. Get out of there with 100,000 and then go make out with them, right?
Right.
Oh, it just irritated me. And Kells was irritated, right?
Yeah. He was they kept calling him the accountant. He knew exactly how much money was going out, and he never really made a big. He and Francesca had a short little thing, and then Francesca left. She got rid of him, and he just never really made a connection with anybody. But
he was a handsome man. I
thought. Yeah, he was. There were there were a couple that never really made a big connection on the show.
Yeah, I loved Matt. Now the one that they kept calling Jesus. He did. He had long hair, and he looked similar to pictures drawings you see of Jesus.
Yes.
But they took it a little too far. But honestly, he seemed like a really nice person. I liked him.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah. Out of all of them, I thought
he was really handsome too.
I did too.
Now he did wear like a beanie a lot. Like I think he gave the impression he wasn't as clean.
Yeah. And some like kind of harem pants. Like did
he?
Yeah. The first night, he was the most fully dressed out of everybody that first day.
Yes, he did usually at least have a like a shirt on or something. And the rest of them did not.
Yeah, because then when he did eventually take that off, it was like, oh, the Irish girl,
Nicole.
Yeah, I liked her a lot. I like her. I just liked
did too.
Her.
She wasn't on too much.
No,
she didn't really have one relationship, but
no.
Then they start bringing on like a couple other people. And so they bring in Bryce from California.
Lives on a boat.
And so I can't remember who said it, but they I don't know whether if he's rich and he lives on a yacht or if he's just like broke. It's hard to figure that one out too. I was like, I'm not sure myself.
His first night there, he breaks out a Casio keyboard on the beach, and he's like, and I kind of thought, oh, this is going to be really great. And sorry, guys, but it wasn't real great.
No,
he was kind of playing. It was sort of like, okay. Chloe thought it was fantastic, and that's really all that matters.
Of course, if Chloe, God love you, Chloe. Like Chloe was absolutely gorgeous as far as physically, and I thought she seemed very sweet, truthfully.
Yeah.
But she was always calling herself stupid.
Yeah.
And she would when a new person would come, she'd be like, "Guys, don't tell them that I'm stupid. Please let them figure it out for themselves." I was like, Chloe, stop it. She did. Chloe, you've got to stop.
She pretty much sampled all of the men.
She did. I love you, Chloe.
She gave it a whirl.
She did.
Yeah. And I think she definitely walked away changed.
She did.
But honestly, felt like Bryce walked away.
I did too.
Changed by it too.
I did too.
Everybody else, I'm not sure. The ones that came in at the end, I was glad that they when they came. There's the few that came at the end. They actually didn't let them have any part of the money. They, which I was kind of glad about because, they didn't really put in the time, and the women couldn't care. And Haley, they got. I'm kind of bouncing around here, but
you know what? We'll come back because I feel like we're just going to take this. Maybe it'll be another short little splurge of this, but I think we're going to wrap it up on this time, and then we'll come back in a minute. Bye, guys.